Can I know that we have like 3 class left, and
Yeah.
you wanted to do 1 hour and a half today. But for me, if possible, I would prefer to do 3, like shorter, because 1 hour and a half for now is a little bit long. We are a little bit late, and also it's harder to be focused. One
Okay,
hour.
fine. No problem.
If we can split in 3, if Steffi also is okay, I don't know.
No
For
We
me,
problem.
it's
can keep.
okay. Yes.
Okay.
We can do 4 classes of 45 minutes each.
Okay. Also.
So,
I
any question you have?
not
Tiffany,
from
look
my
at
side.
this. Organic. Steffi.
Pardon? Ah, watermelon.
Organic from Sujit Farm.
Uh-huh. Looks really good.
Want some?
Yes.
Any question? No question. Eh?
No question.
So today we are supposed to talk about
Mm.
2 more incarnation of Vishnu.
Mhm.
See, there is one incarnation which is very, very important. Very, very, very important. It is called Narasimha. Narasimha. And Nara means human being. And Siha means lion.
Mhm.
So Narasiha is an incarnation with the body of a human being and the mouth, the face of lion. So what happens is there is one king. He is very, very egotistic. And for some reason, he cannot be killed by any human being or any other animal. Forgot his name. But he becomes very, very strong and he feels that he is above the gods. He doesn't believe in God and above the gods. Now, what happens is that he has one nephew. That nephew's name is Prahlad. Pralhad. Pralhad. Prahlad. Lad means giving joy. Te lad paritap phalaha punya punya hetutvad. That is in the Patanjali Sutras. Te lad paritap phalaha punya punya hetutvad. Means depending on good action or bad action, you will get the experience of joy or sorrow. Te lad paritap phalaha punya punya hetutvad. It's in chapter 2. In the maybe 2.12 around. Now, Prahlad means prominent or profound. So Prahlad means a person who gives extreme joy to other people. Anyway, so this Prahlad, what happens with the Prahlad is a devotee of Vishnu from his childhood. That means from his previous birth, he is a devotee of Vishnu. So after he was born, he doesn't do anything. He sits and goes on taking Vishnu's name and goes on meditating. That child, small child. So now what happens is that his uncle becomes mad with him. And he tries to kill that child in many ways. But he can't kill that child at all. Every time that child is saved. So ultimately, he tells that child that, you are always saying Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. And actually the mantra which that child was singing is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That's a famous mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That's a famous mantra. That is the mantra which that Russian lady is singing. Sefi knows her.
Sorry,
So,
is Om Namo Bhagavat?
Bhagavate.
Te-
Bhagavate. Te. Vasudevaya. So, one day, that king asked that child, you are always saying Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, but I can't see this Vasudev, this Vishnu, Vasudev. Vasudev is a name of Krishna. Vasu is a person who is the father of Krishna. And that is why he's called Vasudev. So he says that I cannot see your Vishnu anywhere. How come you are singing his name? He says, you don't have to see, Vishnu is everywhere. So there was one pillar in the palace. And he says, is Vishnu in this pillar also? He says, yes, it is. Vishnu is also in this pillar. So what this king does was he very strongly, he kicks that pillar with his legs like that. So when he kicks that pillar breaks. And then as the pillar breaks, a big sound comes. And from that pillar, this Narasimha comes out like that. And that Narasimha has this lion face like that and human body. So he does like that. Like that. And after he comes out, this king becomes fearful. And then that lion, he catches that king like that. It's a very big one. And he sits there. And then he puts his nails into that king's stomach and tears him. So the king dies. And this is what that Narasimha means. Now the interesting part is that child goes on taking the God's name and he prays to that Vishnu that please forgive my uncle and don't be angry or something like that. So slowly that lion becomes very, very peaceful. So that is called as, there are two forms of that Narasimha. One is angry form, that's the normal form. And then there is one peaceful form. So you will find there are two types of temples of Narasimha. Either he is in a angry form or he is in a peaceful form. So in Mysore, that temple is there of Narasimha. And there is one temple in Narasimha which is on the top of the hill. And there are so many monkeys there on that hill. So my first Italian student in 2012, Shanti Broncolini, I took her there. All right. So that is called as, I think that is called Shanta Narasimha means he has become peaceful. So this is the story of the Narasimha. So the
That's also
people
the,
who are, huh?
the temple in Assigat that you were.
You went there. That is a
Yes.
Narasimha temple.
Is the same, yes.
Correct. Now, I will tell you one interesting thing, that that Narasimha which is peaceful is called Yoga Narasimha.
Hmm.
Yoga Narasimha temple. And there is one very big authority of that temple. That is like a big authority, just like Pope in Vatican. He was the chief guest when I opened the Adi Yoga book in Mysore. So I will send you a photograph where that man is there, who is the devotee of Narasimha. And he was the chief guest for the opening of my Adi Yoga book in Mysore. Anyway, now what I want to tell you is interesting is, see, this we will do later, but Indian philosophy is in Upanishad, and that Upanishad has another name. It is called Vedanta. Vedanta. So in the Vedanta, what they have done is, they have established one principle called Brahman. So according to Vedanta, everything what we experience in the universe is not permanent. It is constantly changing. And only thing which is real is Brahman. All other things are not real. Brahman is the real, and all other things are called as Maya. And due to that Maya, which is a property of the Brahman, Maya is a property of Brahman, and when that Brahman, Maya is active, that time you experience the world. As soon as the Maya is not active, then you experience Brahman. It is exactly like when you are experiencing body and mind, you do not experience the soul. And when you experience soul, body, mind, consciousness is lost. That is called Samadhi state. So, Brahman is nothing but a universal soul. And this Brahman principle is extremely profound in that philosophy. So, there are three things in the human life. One is the soul of the person, then Brahman, and then remaining world, whatever is world. So, Adi Shankaracharya, who lived in Kerala, he was born in Kerala. He wrote the entire Vedanta in only 2 lines. So he wrote Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. That's the first line. Brahma Satyam means Brahma is the only real thing. Jagan Mithya means the world is not real. Atma Brahmaiva na aparaha means the soul is nothing but Brahman only and nothing else. So only Brahman is the real thing. Soul and Brahman, they are same, and the world is a false perception. Okay, anyway, we are not going into that philosophy just now. But what I want to tell you is the Vedanta is based on this Brahman principle. Now the interesting thing is, in that Vedanta philosophy, there are 5 different types. And one type you already know, it's called Advaita. Advaita means only one, no duality. Dvaita means duality, and Advaita means no duality. There is only one thing. So Adi Shankara was Advaita philosophy. Only Brahman is true and everything else is not true. It's false. There is another philosophy where they are saying that no, Brahman is one thing, human being is another thing, and the world is another thing. There are three different things. And Brahman is nothing but Vishnu. They are saying that Brahman is nothing but Vishnu, and the human being's duty is to go on worshipping Vishnu all the time. And he will never become Vishnu. He cannot become Vishnu. He can at maximum become very, very close relative of Vishnu. That means he will become very close to Vishnu, but he will never become Vishnu himself. Whereas Advaita philosophy, non-duality, is saying that when the person goes on meditating, one day that person will come to know that he is Brahman himself. And once he knows that he is Brahman, he will become enlightened, and then he will never become human being again. And that is told in another sentence. It is called Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi means I am Brahman. Okay. Anyway, now there is a third philosophy in which that person is saying, yes, Brahman is true, no doubt. But the world and the soul and all other things, they are the properties of that Brahman. It's like there is the gold is there, and gold has got properties like gold is yellow color, or gold has got certain density, or gold has so much weight. So all these properties of gold are part of the gold. You cannot separate them. Gold is there, that is the real thing, and all the properties are like Neil Kulkarni is there, and this is his head, and he is having this brown complexion, whatever. So these are the properties of Neil. Similarly, all this world, everything in the world is the property of that Brahman. So this philosophy is called Vishishta Advaita. Vishishta Advaita means, yes, there is a Brahman is the only real thing, but all other things are the properties of the Brahman. This was founded by one philosopher called Ramanuj. Ramanuj. And Ramanuj came from Karnataka. In fact, he came from near Mysore. And therefore, near Mysore, there is Ramanuja's birthplace. And Ramanuj people, all these different sects, they use some symbols so that you know which sect they belong to. So Ramanuja's sect, they have this, see, they have a mark like this, like that. And that is the Vishnu. And in the middle, there is a red mark. And that is the Lakshmi, of Vishnu's wife. So their philosophy is you go on worshipping Vishnu and go on enjoying the world. Don't worry about it. Don't try to go away from world. Go on enjoying the world, and Vishnu will automatically take you towards him one day. That means you will become Vishnu, but until then you can go on enjoying the world. But your main duty is to worship the Vishnu. So the reason to tell you is that all these people, this Yoga Narsihan and all these people, they belong to Ramanuj sect. So when you look at my photo, which I said, you'll see that person is belonging to Ramanuj sect. And you also see B.K. Iyengar photo, or you can also see the B.K. Iyengar's guru. They all belong to Ramanuj sect. So I will send you that pictures later. All right. So this is an interesting part. So this is one incarnation called Narasimha. Now I will come to the next incarnation. That incarnation is called Vamana. Vamana. And Vamana means a very short human being, short in height, very, very short in height. So what happens is, there is one king whose name is Bali, 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 not Bali, but Bali. This Bali king, he is extremely generous and he is extremely powerful. So he has lots of property and he is extremely proud that he always gives people lot of donation. Whatever people want, he can give. He feels that way. So his ego is inflated because of this property, and he considers himself nothing less than God. He thinks that he is God. He gives whatever people want, and he is a very generous and great king. He is the greatest in the world. So one day what happens is, Vishnu takes one incarnation called Vamana, and Vamana is a small height person, like a small child. It looks like a child. So this Vamana goes to this king, and this king is performing one yajna ceremony, fire ceremony, and this small child like person goes there, Vamana, and when he goes there, the king immediately tells him, "Oh, welcome, ask for any donation," because he is a Brahmin and the Brahmin is supposed to get donation. So this Vamana, he tells him that I only want 3 feet land. So he says, "Are you crazy? Like only 3 feet land from such a person like me who has given millions to people?" So the Vamana says that 3 feet land will be enough for me. So he says, "Okay, granted." So now what happens is that Vamana lifts his foot and slowly places it down on the ground. And as he places that foot on the ground, the foot becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and it occupies the entire earth. So the whole earth is gone now.
Excuse me. I didn't hear clearly. What did he put on the ground?
His foot.
His foot.
See, that
His
Vamana,
own foot.
he asked for 3 feet land.
Mhm.
So the king grants him that 3 feet land.
Okay.
So for measuring the 3 feet, he has to measure it with the foot. Na?
Mhm.
It's not a
Okay.
modern foot, it's his own feet. So
Mhm.
he lifts his foot and he slowly places that foot down.
Ah.
And when he places the foot down, that foot becomes so big that it occupies the entire earth. So the whole earth is gone now from that king. Then he puts the second foot and he occupies the entire space. So the space is also gone. And then he says to him that now there is no place to keep the third foot. Land is gone and space is gone. So where should I keep the third foot? He asked him. So he says, "Put it on my head." So he puts the third foot on the king's head. And the king goes down into the land. But because he is killed by the Vamana, who is Vishnu's incarnation, he gets the salvation. Because if you are killed by the incarnation of God or God himself, you get then you get salvation. So this story of Vamana is for not having the ego, even if you are great. That is what the Vamana story is. So now these two incarnations we completed, Vamana and Narasimha. And then we did Rama and Krishna last time. And slowly we'll cover all of them. Any question?
Yeah, I forgot the last one is Buddha, right? So,
Yeah.
So these two are among the first.
Yeah, these are in the middle. Any question?
Yeah, maybe like that's the story about them, like how they come, what they do, but is there a deeper meaning, like what's their teaching, which teaching they were
Deeper
carrying
meaning
with them?
like this. See, Rama's life is of a human being. And Rama has many powers, but he never uses them. He is a god himself, but he does not use the powers. He lives like a human being. But he goes through ups and downs, but he always sticks to the correct behavior. So Rama's life is telling how to behave in the human life. Then Krishna's incarnation is considered the complete one. That means he has all the powers and he is using the powers right from the birth. So Krishna's life is telling the supreme existence. Supreme existence. That is why the Hare Krishna people, they say that only Krishna is the real God. All others are less than him. So Krishna's incarnation is showing that you should devote yourself to, surrender yourself to Krishna. So if you look at the Bhagavad Gita, the last verse is Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha ishyami ma shucha. That means he says that all the great things, you can forget them. Just surrender to me completely. I will take care of you completely. I will make sure that you get the self-realization. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha ishyami ma shucha. Don't worry about anything, he says to Arjuna. That's the last verse in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, now in case of Vamana, the deeper meaning is not to have ego, even if you are great. And in case of Narasimha, he is telling that don't bother the devotees of God, because that person tries to kill that Prahlad and he cannot kill him. So that is the deeper meaning. Okay. Now the interesting thing is, in Bhagavad Gita, there is one verse. It says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. That means, whenever the bad tendencies, there are good tendency and bad tendency both in the world. When the bad tendencies start increasing, and it looks like the bad is going to overtake now, that time the God takes the incarnation. And that time the bad is killed and again he establishes good things. So good and bad, when the bad tries to go too much up, the God takes incarnation. Sarva paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I think it's in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So all these incarnations are related to bad tendency going up. Bad tendencies going up, and then he re-establishes the dharma.
And what's the origin of these bad tendencies? The source.
No, bad tendency and good tendency, these are the names we gave. But bad tendency and good tendency means that the source. Source means that they are the two ends of the same thing, you know. They are the two ends of the same thing. When you go into the wrong direction, that is called bad tendency. But it is coming because you have forgotten your nature and you are going away from your nature. You are basically a soul, which is the part of God. You have forgotten that and you are going away from that and you are getting more and more egotistic. Ego is the source of entire bad tendency. I think that United States will be destroyed in next 10 years. Destroyed means not completely destroyed like Second World War, but it will be destroyed in the, like, we used to call United States as great country. I don't think they will call it great anymore. Because they become egotistic and now they are going down. There is no doubt in my mind. Anyway, so now we finish this lesson and we have 3 more lessons, 45 minutes each or 1 hour, doesn't matter. Okay.
Yes, okay.
It's hot here now, Tefi.
And here is cold and raining.
Yesterday night it
These
rained.
2 weeks. And 1 more week of rain.
Yesterday
you?
it rained
Where
here.
are you?
Oh my God. You know, in Isaura's place, there is one musician coming after 3 days.
Yeah.
He's my friend. He's a great harmonium player. World
Oh,
famous.
wow.
World famous. If you want, you can
He's
go
coming to where he's coming?
Isaura, her place. Podore
Ah,
Lava.
in Italy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should go there. He's a world famous one. You want to go?
I don't think I have the time to go these days.
Okay. It's a one program will be there for 2-3 days. He is a really great. I mean, to hear that in person will be great for you.
Yeah.
Okay. His name is Santosh. All right. And she wants me to buy her one harmonium from India. Maybe Veronica can take it in Easter because you are allowed luggage, you know.
Yeah, I go in June, but let's see because I'm always quite packed.
You are packed.
No, like I always have a lot of stuff with me.
Always. What about Easter? You are going in Easter.
No, I'm going in June.
Oh, Easter cancelled, eh?
No, Easter I go for trekking.
Oh, in Italy.
No, Nepal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And yeah, if you change your mind, you are welcome in Kathmandu, okay?
Something will happen. Something will happen.
Free of cost, of course.
Yeah.
I have vegetable garden. All vegetables are outside, free.
Okay. That's enough. Nowadays, I'm eating lot of fruits. Look at this one.
That's the best. Avocado?
No.
No, sorry, mango.
Mango.
Mango is my favorite. Each one is $1.
but it's very sweet. Not good to eat too much.
What? I eat every day 3 to 4.
No, too much.
See, this mango is $1. In $1, you can get entire meal in India.
Yes.
But here, one mango is $1. I can't
Ah,
stop.
okay.
I can't stop eating. Okay. Ciao.
Okay. We meet tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.